Hello everyone and welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So we are literally on our last day in Maui, and today what we're doing is we are going to be located up here with the Pukulini Hub. And best thing ever, you guys, this hub is giving more to the 41 displaced families from the fire than FEMA, Red Cross, and Samaritan's Purse combined. They're giving away upwards of $4,000 to the 41 families who are totally displaced. Either their home burned, or the rental they were in burned, or the smoke damage is so bad that it is unlivable now. What you see behind me, of course, is like a community area, but the area that Stephen and I spoke at when we were with the mayor and the police chief Pelletier and all of that is right over there. When we came to their budget meeting, we made the suggestion, tax your tourist. Now, I've read the comments, and I've had people on this channel be like, oh no, because I wouldn't want to go if they tax anymore. Well, guys, we don't need to be here if we can't pay to be here, because the island in areas is dying. They're running out of water. The aquifers are not refilling. And as you watch this video, I'm going to get really deep into that. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about that. Some things I wish I would have known about Maui and how the tourists are killing this island. And the indigenous peoples are paying for it. And the locals who have been here for 2 generations or 20 years, they are all paying for it. For you and I, it's better to take as many baths as we want and wash our clothes before we go home. Because we're not realizing that you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and if the aquifers cannot recharge fast enough, you're going to leave an entire island of people without water, without fresh water, surrounded by the ocean. And that's a serious issue. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the video as Stephen and I talk to you about the things we wish we'd have known about Maui before we came. News, you guys. So Stephen went and spoke to the hub creator, Miss Claudia, and Mr. Francis, and they created this hub, right? During COVID, because Maui was totally shut down as an island, and people were really hurting. And then they just transformed it after the fires. All we have left is how many Bibles?
I just found one. 9 Bibles left.
We only have 9 Bibles left, and we came with
18
or 20. That was like 25.
20, something like that.
Yeah, so we've been handing them out with money in them. So what we're going to do is take these Bibles into the hub, and we can pass them out to any families.
We're going to get one last little bit of cash we have out of the bank, and we're going to get in there and start sliding the money into the Bible. So.
Okay, and let me tell you guys something. We came with, I was just telling Stephen, right at $14,000 on this trip, and we have literally had to dip in our savings twice. So right at $15,000 from y'all and from us has gone back directly into the hands of indigenous people, locals, small businesses,
awesome,
and nonprofits and farmers all over this island. It doesn't seem like much, but you guys, it was a lot. And they were very thankful for every dollar that you sent them. So God bless you. Hi guys, I'm going to try to keep the sun out of your face, but this is something that I need to say. Today, after Steve and I brought the Bibles, the money in it, into the hub and passed it out, we hear the shells blowing. So if you know anything about Hawaiian culture, Polynesian culture, you know when they blow the shells, there's something happening, right? And we realized that the Polynesian king that I had done the video on prior to coming back the second time was present. And my husband and I had the honor of forehead to forehead greeting the Polynesian king of the Polynesian Islands. And you guys, thank you so much for sending us here, because the message I have for you today is one that I need you to take deep into your heart. And we must spread this around the world. We, you and I, the tourists, are killing this island. The water is leaving. The indigenous people are dying. The suicide rate on Maui and in the Polynesian Kingdom has increased by 16% since 2022. The children feel separate from their culture. The people can no longer ride their horses on the beaches because the tourists complain about the poop. The native people here can no longer water their gardens because you and I want a swimming pool when the ocean's right there. We come here with our clothes and we wash them in the washing machines they provide for us with no regard to the amount of water that we're using. Right now on Maui, there's 3,000 tourists a day. Normally, pre-fire, would have been 97,000 people a day additional on this island staying like this. And we're killing their island. There are too many of us. And I don't know the answer to this other than please be conscientious if you want to come to Maui. Understand that you don't need to wash your clothes here. Even if you're here 2 or 3 weeks, buy more clothes. It's expensive to be here, buy more clothes. And I do understand, I'm gonna get a little pushback for this video, that there's gonna be somebody that's gonna be like, well, that's not fair. It is fair. This is an island. They only have one water source. And their aquifers, you guys, they're running low. They're not recharging. Did you guys know that the indigenous people and the locals are charged money if they use too much water, but the resorts are not? They put no cap on how much water people can use daily here. Yet the people that live on this island are given very little water to live. I met 2 different people whose farms have crashed and are no longer usable on their own indigenous lands because water was rerouted to get to the tourist. The economy is set up where tourism, everything's built around tourism, and there are grassroots people on this island trying to change that. But the majority of the indigenous people here, what you're seeing in these hotels working, these are not indigenous people, these are Filipinos. They are brought here to work because they have brown skin, and they're assuming that you and I won't know the difference. And I probably wouldn't have if a native Hawaiian had not told me the truth. So I'm asking you guys to help me help Maui. We have to find a balance because the aloha is real, but it is strained. As we drove this island, I'm a water person, right? I'm from Louisiana, it's a water state. One whole side of my state is the Gulf of Mexico. So I grew up smelling water. In fact, it's a huge part of who we are in Louisiana is water. The first thing that Stephen and I noticed as we moved around this island was every stream. Every natural stream was dry. Half of the waterfalls along the road to Hana had no water at all, none. We noticed that in areas where the water should be pouring, even in a drought, because of the way natural water runs on these mountains, those streams were completely dry and the vegetation around them were dead, which means the water had not been there for a very long period of time. We heard the same message over and over and over again. We love you guys. We love visitors, but it's too much, too many, and it's killing our island. So I'm gonna finish my video because Stephen's gonna do his own video. He's gonna give you his own message of the things that he met, the things that he learned, and the people that he met here. But after meeting the Polynesian king, and meeting people and nonprofits from both sides of the island, right? The Kula burn, the Lahaina burn. What I've learned is that you cannot come here and continue to take. We cannot. There's not enough food. They're 2 days away from starvation. And if they cannot get the water back to grow their own food, we may say, everybody's like, oh, I love Maui. But do you love the people that live here? Because if you truly love the people that live here, we have to find a balance and the tourism must stop. I don't know. We're leaving their children with no water.
Look right behind us, there's a person taking a shower. at
Oh,
the
sure is.
pool where there's a shower at the room.
Just wasting the water.
Wasting the water.
You guys, it's serious. I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that bad. It is. The aquifers are running dry. There's no water on these mountains coming down. And they're in a drought like the rest of the world, and that's a natural cycle. But in drought time, our forefathers understood not to waste water. There are too many people wasting water on this island. And the indigenous people cannot even enjoy their beaches. They can't enjoy anything because of us. I know. Thanks for watching.